Alrighty, let's get started with Module 6, Lesson 1, the problem set. And in this lesson, we are going to use metric measurement to model the decomposition of one whole into tenths. So we are moving from fractions to decimals, and we're going to start it off with decomposing one whole into tenths. Alrighty, let's get started. All right, so number 1 says to shade the first 7 units of the tape diagram, count by tenths to label the number line using a fraction and a decimal for each point. Circle the decimal that represents the shaded parts. We're going to circle. Okay, so we want to shade the first 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then it says count by tenths to label the number line using a fraction for each decimal point. All right, well, this is the first one here. It's 1/10, so this is going to be 2/10, so that's 0.2. And you can see where this is going. This is 3/10, this is 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, and 7/10. Circle the decimal that represents the shaded part. Okay, well, these are not decimals. These are the fractions down below. So that's 0.1, 0.3, 1, 2, 3, 0.4, 0.5. Now I'm saying 0.4, 0.5. That's the same thing as saying 5/10. You read those decimals and fractions exactly the same way. So this is 6/10, and this is 7/10. Okay, so it wants you to circle the decimal that represents the shaded part. Well, this is the decimal right here. So we circle it and bada bam, we are done. Let's go on to number 2. All right, so number 2 says to write the total amount of water in fraction and decimal form. Shade the last bottle to show the correct amount. So that one the last one gives us the amount, and we have to shade it. All right, well, let's look at this first one. It says 0.5. Well, that's 5/10. What is it? Oh, well, how do we say that? 5/10. We know how to make that fraction. We've been doing that all along. And so how much of a liter is that? Well, it's, oopsie, pump the brakes a little bit. 5/10 is right here. Excuse me. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6/10. Let's fix that boo-boo. All right, that's a little better. So then we're going to write it here in decimal form. And how do we write that? That's a 0.6. There you go. All right. And let's see. Why don't you hit pause and do the next one? Hit play when you're ready. All righty, how'd you do? Well, that was pretty easy. You got 8/10. You did just fine. All right. And let's go to the last one. The last one wants us to shade. So this time we have to shade. Well, we have to look at this. Well, what's this? That's 9/10. Oh, look at 9/10. Then we got a shade. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 5 is right here. 6, 7, 8, 9/10 would be right here. So then you're going to go shading, shading, we love to shade. Shading, shading, we love to shade. Shading, shading. Well, you like that song? Me either. Anyway, let's keep on going to number 3. All right, in number 3, we need to write the total weight of the food on the scale in fraction form or decimal form, depending on which one they give you. The first one gives us the decimal form, 0.4, which is what? You got it, that's 4/10. So in fraction form, 4/10. And go ahead and hit pause and do the next 2 on your own. You can do it. Alrighty, how'd you do? Well, if you got for the apple, the lemon, and the banana, you got 0.8. That's 8/10. And for that rice, we have 2/10. And I've been ignoring this label the whole time, but the label on all these are kilograms because when we weigh stuff in the metric system, we use kilograms. All right. We are done with the front side, so I'll meet you on the flip side. Alrighty, welcome to the flip side. Number 4, write the length of the bug in centimeters. The drawing is not to scale. Alright, well, let's see. The bug looks like this is, well, if that's 1 centimeter, then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10 of a centimeter. So how do I write 5/10 in fraction form? Well, fraction form is 5/10. How about in decimal form? 0.5. Well, we're not quite done. It says here, how far does the bug need to walk before the nose hits the 1 centimeter mark? So it's walk, walk, walking, walk, walk, walking. So basically, how much is distance from here to here? And that's going to be another, dun, 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 it's going to be another 0.5 or 5/10, 0.5. Or you could have even written it as 5/10 centimeters. All right. And finally, we're onward and upward to number 5. 5, fill in the blank to make the sentence true in both fraction form and decimal form. Okay, so we're trying to make 1 whole centimeter on all of these. So basically, it's what do I add to 8 to make 8/10 to make 1 whole? Well, 8 plus 2 is 10. 10/10 is 1 whole. So we need to add, for that first one, we need to add how much? That's right, 2/10. And in decimal form, how does that look like? 0.2. So basically, we're making tens here. So hit pause, hit play when you're ready. All righty, how'd you do? Well, if for B, you got 8/10 written both fraction form and decimal form, and 4/10 for C in both fraction and decimal form, then you did just fine. Let's move along now to the match game. Match them up. The first one has been done for you. Okay, 3/10 word form, fraction form, and decimal form. Hit pause and hit play when you matched them all up. Hit play when you're ready. Alrighty, how'd you do? Well, I think you did just fine. Go ahead and check your matching, and hopefully you matched up just fine. Well, I'll catch you next time, same place. Hasta la vista, baby. You're done for now. Except wait a minute, you still got your homework to do. Catch you next time, mateys. Psst, the video's over. Get to work.